Hello, guys. Welcome once again to Junie Lion Williams Adventures. This is William. Just wanted to take another walk and talk today and talk a little bit about a question I've been asked about expat and tourist do's and don'ts. You see, I posted a couple things up on there like you got to watch your back whenever you go to another country. Make sure you don't make yourself a mark. Avoid arguments in bars. These are some of the do's and don'ts. Don't get into any fighting and arguments inside the bars. Travel with trusted friends if you're coming with somebody that you know well. Um, don't wear a lot of expensive stuff, guys. Jewelry and stuff like that. Remember, this is a developing country. There's a lot of poverty here. Always remember that most of the people here in the country view you as rich, as wealthy, if you're an American or from the West. What are some of the do's as opposed to the don'ts? Well, there's a lot of beautiful beaches, guys. You have to enjoy yourself if you're coming over as a tourist. Make sure you find your beach. There's a lot of them that are available at inexpensive prices. They're places that have breathtaking views, guys. And they're all very inexpensive. So what I'm finding out is that you have to choose the girl or the woman that you're going to be around wisely, because that can make all the difference especially if you're an expat. But if you met a girl online and you're coming over here to rent a place, the rents are very inexpensive. The Airbnbs are very inexpensive. But you have to be careful. Don't offend Filipino men. A lot of guys want to go out to the clubs or the girl bars. Remember, Filipino people are not confrontational people, but they are very prideful people. You can't make them lose face by shouting or yelling at them in public. They're not going to respond well to that, and they're going to come together to make you sorry that you did that. Patience is needed here in the Philippines, guys. And I've found out through my experience of living here now for maybe about a year and a half that make sure that you practice patience. Bring Imodium with you, you guys that are coming over as tourists just to visit, because the street food sometimes doesn't agree with us from the West. And you might end up sitting on the toilet for half your 3 weeks or a month vacation. So bring Imodium with you guys. Christmas is big here in the Philippines, guys. They start celebrating Christmas right after Halloween, and the malls are full of Christmas songs and sort of like a throwback to the 70s and 80s when we were coming up, when Christmas was just really big and everybody's into it. And it's very exciting around Christmas time. All the houses are lit up. One thing is to remember over here in the Philippines is that everybody knows everybody, and there's a lot of gossip, what they call chica chica. And as soon as you're the new foreigner that's moved in, for whether you're visiting as a tourist or just retired as an expat, they're going to get to know you and they're going to start talking. And chica chica. Remember that in most of these subdivisions, the rents are only from about $200 US to about 600. And as we're taking a walk around this morning, you can see that most of the subdivisions, uh, this is a Bayswater subdivision, and it's stress-free atmosphere, guys. You can get up and they have pools in most of these subdivisions. They have snack shops. There's beaches within an hour, a plane flight or a 2 hour ferry ride away from most of the places that are in Lapu-Lapu City or Mactan, which is where the international airport's at. Beautiful beaches that are on people's bucket list, guys, that you could go stay in beachfront resorts for maybe two, three, $400 for 2 weeks. And so the prices are just phenomenal when it comes to places to stay. So those are my subscribers that have been asking me when they come over here, what should they do? Practice patience, because a lot of times we as foreigners are used to having what we want and having it now. We want to shout out to Brian, who's a great subscriber. I know you have been sick in the hospital. Get well, Brian. Hope you're enjoying the videos and they're taking you away from what you're going through right now, but you're gonna come through it on the other side. But those that have been commenting, feel free to comment. Feel free to give us your opinion because we like to hear from you at Junie Lyon Williams Adventures. And as we're taking our walk around this Bayswater subdivision, I wanted to show you guys kind of like what's in it. Which most of these subdivisions here have pools, they have snack shops, they have tennis courts, they have pavilions where you can have parties at. And I've seen some that have come over to move in this subdivision with 2 bedrooms and are only paying 10,000 Philippine pesos, which is about 200 US dollars. I myself have been living in this particular subdivision for about a year. And I pay about 18,000 pesos, which is somewhere around 340, I think. It fluctuates US dollars. And that's 3 bedrooms with 2 baths, guys, with all the amenities that you see in here. It's within a half an hour of the airport and 2 hours or an hour of most of the beaches or any beach that I want to go to. There's a lot of things that you can do in the Philippines. One of the things I would say is just a cautionary word, and once again, it's my opinion. Be careful of the woman that you choose, because remember, these women, they have relatives. And if you come over here and you don't get along with the woman that you were talking to online and all of a sudden you discard her, her family may not take that lightly. And she has brothers, she has cousins. I know stories of guys that had to leave the island that they were on and go to another island because the family was upset with them because they left that girl. And there's a lot of that, as I said, chica chica over here, what they call gossip in the Philippines. And remember, as an expat, if you're living here, or as a tourist, if you're living here, you represent a whole new world to them. If you got in a relationship with a Filipina and you've taken her life up another notch, she's not going to want to easily give that up. So make sure that the girl that, if you're in a long distance relationship or LDR, that if you meet that girl, make it clear up front that you're just dating. Because a lot of times the women here, when you meet them, if they meet you at the airport, they think that you're engaged to them already. Things move fast here, guys. They even have a store here in the subdivision so that you can get your snacks and things like that. One thing I like about the Philippines is that everything's all inclusive in the price. But that's just some of the do's and don'ts. And it's my opinion from my boots on the ground experience, some of the do's and don'ts. You should never get in a cab when you come out off the airport in a cab that doesn't have a meter. They don't have Lyft here. They have Grab. If that app you could put on your phone for when you get here. Remember, guys, that if you're coming over just to visit for 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, your phone's not going to work here. You're going to have to get a chip put in it and have that phone unlocked to be able to use the Filipino chips and load it with what they call load, unless you got some kind of international plan, guys. So remember, come over and enjoy the Philippines. If there's any comments, anything that we here at Junie Lyon Williams Adventures can do to help your travels, any tips that we know that we can pass on, and we like to show people, tell people to learn from our mistakes or my mistakes that I made when I first came here so that you don't have to make the same mistakes. But guys, we hope you enjoy our walking talks, our riding talks. We're going to be doing some other things. We appreciate all our new subscribers, all the comments, guys, what your opinion of things is. And remember, on this channel, your opinion's welcome. Your comments are welcome. We appreciate you. And as we continue to put out more content, we hope that you enjoy at Junie Lyon Williams Adventures. But remember, guys, it's just our opinions. It's what we learn from boots on the ground, from my wife showing me the Philippines, and from me learning my experience, and it's all a learning experience. But remember, I came for a stress-free atmosphere, a place where I could unwind, a place where I could just live this fourth quarter, as I call it, of my life, being 67, going on 68, in a much stress-less society, and enjoy life. Go to the beach. Go out and eat food that's inexpensive. So guys, yeah, if there's any comments that you got, feel free to post them below. And we'll be getting back to you soon here at Junie Lies Adventure. Just wanted to show you a little bit of the subdivision. You can watch that as we fade out here. But we'll be seeing you next time, guys, here at Junie Lie and Williams Adventures. Until then, remember, enjoy today because tomorrow's not promised. And we'll see you soon, guys.